Hey there guys, and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, this time going up against dusknoir64. And apparently that's also his in-game name, which is kind of a weird name to give your guy, but whatever. He leads with a Darmanitan, I lead with my Victini. Now I figure most Darmanitan are going to be Choice Scarf, but I wasn't sure if Victini was going to be faster or not. Because I think mine had a Choice Scarf as well. Anyway, he does turn out to be faster and goes for the Rock Slide. I somehow managed to live. That's a sheer force boosted Rock Slide as well. So that's pretty impressive from Victini. Sure, he doesn't really take it well, but whatever. Bring in Avalugg. I'd like to see Avalugg take a Flare Blitz from this thing, except that it has a Choice Scarf, so it's obviously going to be using Rock Slide, which is not going to be doing all that much. This Earthquake, on the other hand, I expect to do a lot of damage. See, that's what I'm talking about. Avalugg can take a whooping and deal out a whooping. If only he got Ice Shard, though. That's the one move I want Avalugg to get in future games. It's really the only move he needs. Because he's got good recovery, he's got a decent enough move pool. He could use a little bit of priority. Anyway, I'm not keeping him in against a Clawitzer, because his special defense, he's gonna get torn to shreds instantly. So I bring in my trusty Venusaur, who soaks up the Aura Sphere extremely well. He switches out, brings in Ferrothorn. Okay, that's kinda bad, because my Venusaur, who's about to go Mega, cannot really touch Ferrothorn at all. I mean, the only way a Venusaur is going to be able to deal with a Ferrothorn is if you were one of those cheaters who pretty much hacked it so that it has Hidden Power Fire. Which I don't, because I just breed the Pokemon and then train them and all that stuff. I don't really give a crap about Hidden Power. But whatever. Get Venusaur out of there, bring in Cobalion. He sets up a little bit of spikes. Could be worse. Could have been Stealth Rocks. Avalugg does not like Stealth Rocks, whereas he doesn't really care about spikes too much. He brings in Gliscor. That's kind of a problem because that blocks my Volt Switch. And of course it's the standard Toxic Orb Gliscor. That's really the only kind of Gliscor you ever see these days. I kinda wonder what people used Gliscor for before he got Poison Heal. Or was he just not used at all? Anyway, he sets up a substitute on the Switch, should have seen that coming. But what's he gonna do to Avalugg? Not much, I believe. I just need to smash through a substitute with an Avalanche or something, and then, oh yeah, Toxic. That's an option. Bloody hell, I have got to get me one of those Gliscors. I never did much with the Dream World stuff though, because I kinda lost interest in competitive battling in Generation 5, so I missed out on a lot of hidden ability stuff that you just can't get anymore these days. But I'm working on one of those Gliscors. I have one of them in the pipeline. But yeah, I'm kind of in trouble now. Avalugg, he's gonna keep substituting until I die of poison, so bring in Venusaur, who's immune to poison. Takes a little bit of spike damage as he goes for an Earthquake. I don't think it's going to do too much. Sure, my Venusaur is especially bulky, but that was not that bad. Anyway, yeah, this Gliscor is going to be a pretty big problem. Honestly, Gliscor, or at least this particular Gliscor set, is just one of those Pokemon that I absolutely hate to fight against. It's just really, somehow it's really tricky for me to deal with. Even though Substitute has been made sorta worse now that there's all sorts of moves that bypass it, and I think Infiltrator bypasses it as well now. But whatever, go for the Giga Drain. I have to get that sub broken somehow. And luckily Giga Drain does indeed break the sub, even though my Venusaur does not have any special attack investment, if I recall correctly. He goes for another Earthquake, which is probably gonna knock me out. Oh, or not. Guess I was kind of underestimating Venusaur there. Get a little bit of damage in with the Giga Drain, that's good. Really, I'm hoping that he's not gonna set up another substitute. And luckily, he doesn't. Instead, he chooses to take out Venusaur, which I'm okay with. Because now I can just completely revenge kill the shit out of this thing. Because now that his substitute is no longer up, he's absolutely vulnerable to any special attacks. Bring in Tornadus, which is bound to outspeed. He doesn't switch it out. For some reason, might have been a good idea, but the Hurricane instantly destroys it. This Tornadus just does not disappoint me. ever. Out comes Clawitzer. Clawitzer is sort of bulky. I'm not exactly sure Hurricane is going to one-hit KO him, so I just U-turn out of there. Get a little bit of health back with Regenerator. And I can bring in someone that might take the hit a bit better. Or just fodder Victini outright. Because he was going to die from Spike's damage anyway. He would have perhaps been more useful if I had Avalugg rapid spin away the spikes, but no chance for that yet, so bring in my shiny Dragalg. Dragalg. I have no clue how you're supposed to pronounce that. And we shall not know until it shows up in the dubbed version of the anime. Never, he goes for Dragon Pulse, and I am absolutely astonished by how much damage that did, because this is an Assault Vest Dragalg, whatever. Luckily, I do get the KO back with the Draco Meteor. Honestly, Dragalg, whatever, is just so much wasted potential. I don't know if you know what his abilities are. He can have either Poison Point or Poison Touch, which both of them are pretty crappy. But for his hidden ability, Dragalg gets Adaptability, which is an amazing ability to have, especially on a dual-type Pokemon. Now, however, that ability, well, there's no way to get a Skrelp or Dragalge with the hidden ability yet. And that's really the only ability that it can get that's worth using, so that's kind of a bummer. Anyway, he's trying to sleep powder me with his Venomoth, and I figure bring in Avalugg. He's already poisoned, he can be put to sleep. However, he probably can't take a special attack either, and then he switches out for some reason instead of just outright attacking. Brings in the Ferrothorn again. Alright, Avalugg can't really do that much to the Ferrothorn, but then again, the Ferrothorn can't really do much to Avalugg either. I mean, Avalugg is slow as hell as well, so he outright laughs at Gyro Balls. Power Whip might do some damage, but not that much. I don't think that Ferrothorn is going to have any attack investment. Most people don't do that, at least. Maybe I should come up with something like that, like an attacking Ferrothorn. I think it has a decent physical move pool. Power Whip, Gyro Ball. I'm gonna assume it gets Stone Edge and Earthquake as well. Probably plenty of stuff to run on a physical attacking Ferrothorn. And then we go for a Heat Wave and it misses. That 10% miss chance. Luckily, Tornadus tanks the Gyro Ball, and Leech Seed is kind of a minor problem as well. Come on, just need this Heat Wave to hit. Because with Victini out of the way, I think this is the only fire attack I have left on the team, and dealing with Ferrothorn without a fire move is pretty tricky. Or at least a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Luckily, the Heat Wave hits and takes out the Ferrothorn, as he brings out a Venusaur of his own. I guess great minds think alike. And it's also his Mega. So, oh boy, is it gonna soak up this Hurricane, I wonder? Because you just know there's a Hurricane impending. Alright, Tornadus, whip one up. Send that big ugly thing flying, and that is absolutely disappointing. I thought Mega Venusaur was supposed to be a big special wall, and it apparently does not take special hits all that well. So all it has left is Venomoth, and I could have gone for Hurricane, but the miss chance on that is a bit bigger, and Heat Wave would have probably taken him out anyway. Which indeed it does. So down goes Venomoth. And Tornadus will die from Life Orb Recoil, but I still have like Cobalion and Avalugg and a couple others left, I think, so good battle. Thanks for watching, bye bye.